Hello everyone, this is Dr. Live with New Insight, and thank you for joining me in another video. The title of today's video is How to Tell Through Text that a person has not changed or is not serious. And this is a topic of discussion that could be related to an ex or someone you're dating or getting to know. Let me preface this conversation by acknowledging the fact that we all know there are some people who are bad texters or don't like texting. They may miscommunicate their words, misread or misunderstand the meaning of something, and just not be as effective with texting than they are with regular communication through talking. For me personally, it depends on my schedule, time, and the type of conversation that I'm having. So with that being said, let's discuss 5 ways, signs, or red flags that a person may be lying and manipulating you, have not changed, and are more than likely have ulterior motives. Number 1, pay attention to a person who texts and never asks to speak to you by phone, video, or meet you face to face. At some point, the person should want to hear your voice, see you, and have a more facilitative dialogue with you, spend quality time with you, and especially if they're trying to get to know you, reconcile, or reconnect with you. And yes, texting is more convenient for some people. And of course, there are times when you can't physically meet face to face due to geographical location, work schedules, and so on. However, I want to emphasize again that if a person is trying to get to know you, reconcile or make amends, reconnect with you, or certainly if they're trying to reestablish a relationship with you, this is one of the first requirements that they be able to effectively communicate and make time for you, adequate time and quality time. Number 2, pay attention to when someone doesn't answer your questions or concerns. They seem to be selective in what they respond to. And yes, again, as stated, people miss things all of the time in text. I'm referring to is if this problem happens repeatedly and even after you've pointed it out. For example, you may say to a person, "Hey, earlier I asked you about X, Y, and Z." Or you may say, "Let me know what you think or feel about X, Y, and Z." Or you may say, "Could you respond to that?" And when the person either doesn't acknowledge it or says something that's totally off the wall or hit and miss, and then the person makes no assertion to check in with you to see if you understood them or need more explanation from them or would like to call or meet up to have a more facilitative dialogue, this is a major indication that they are purposefully ducking and dodging certain questions and concerns, don't want to take accountability, and more than likely have not changed and are reaching out for selfish reasons. And it's also an indication that they could have ulterior motives. Number 3, be careful if in the text the person is texting you late at night. And by late, I mean at a time when they know you're more than likely in bed, home settled, you have work in the morning. And it doesn't matter if you're asleep or not busy. That's not the point. The point is the person could be bored, horny, and just wants quote unquote company. And because you've dealt with this person, if they're an ex and they've dealt with you, you know how they operate and they should know how you operate. So regardless of how long it's been, if a person is serious, respectful, and considerate of your time, your schedule, your self-care, work, etc., they should not be texting you at an inappropriate time. And that's whether it's too early or too late, unless that's something you two have previously discussed and arranged. Number 4, be careful when the text is hit and miss. They text you, and as soon as you text back thinking you're getting the conversation going, they disappear. They're not texting anymore. And there are long gaps in between when they come back. And when they do come back and text, they never apologize for abruptly ending the conversation. They never revisit where you left off. or they tell you something that makes absolutely no sense, leaving you confused and thrown off, uncertain. This is when you need to either address it and or just disconnect from the person. And like I said, especially if you have made them aware that this is a problem and they continue to do the same thing. And again, a person who has changed and is wanting to reestablish a relationship with you should definitely not be operating like this. Or a person that's trying to get to know you. This is a clear indication that they have work to do and have not changed, and again, may have ulterior motives. Number 5, if the person can't state their intentions, being very clear and specific about why they're approaching you or want to be with you, get to know you, or why they deserve another chance, if they can't tell you how they've changed or try to set specific plans in a slow step-by-step fashion so that you can get to discern them for yourself, this is a major red flag for lies and manipulation. A person who is serious will continue making changes, not rush you, regardless of where you stand at the moment. They won't pressure you or rush you or be dismissive of how you feel. And this is in addition to number 5. Also, if a person gets put out, irritated, or angry, if you're not receptive to what they want or responding to their advances, this is a major red flag that they are only looking out for their own self-interest and are not being honest about changing or doing right by you or about their intentions with you. So please be vigilant. Listen with logic and not your ego or emotions. Use logical reasoning, not emotional reasoning, and really put this in the proper perspective. Focus on facts and truth only, not assumptions. If a person can't get this part correct, meaning communication, and you're already seeing that they don't pay attention, they don't listen, they're not taking accountability, and you feel disconnected already, proceeding with this type of dynamic would only be self-sabotage. So please don't do it. And I hope this helps. Please leave your questions and comments down below, and we will talk soon.